I'm Matt Bouchard with REIT.com here in Atlanta for REITWorld 2014, NAREIT's annual convention for all things REIT. Joining me today is Merrie Frankel, Vice President with Moody's Investor Service. Merrie, thanks so much for joining us.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
I'd like to start by talking about investment grade credit ratings and what do you owe the increase in the number of REITs that we're seeing obtaining these?
I think it's the liquidity. It's access to the public debt market. It's the ability to finance your assets, your growth, your company with the best instrument at the best spreads.
And with more REITs taking on leverage again, do you have any concerns about their capital structures getting too debt heavy?
It's interesting you say that they're taking on more leverage because we haven't found that in our portfolio, which consists of over 100 REITs and real estate operating companies. We've found that basically companies, clearly there's been an increase in the issuance of debt. Looking at the statistics on the NAREIT website, it's well over, $23 billion at this point in the year. But what we found is most companies are issuing unsecured debt, but they're using it to pay off other unsecured debts that's maturing, to pay off term notes, to pay off mortgages, and basically to refinance the portfolio. So basically it's debt for debt. So we haven't seen those metrics rising. In fact, we have seen fixed charge coverage going up, net debt to EBITDA going down, and a lot of the metrics going in the right way, proportions.
And now as we head into 2015, what's one story that you're going to be following especially closely in the REIT industry?
I think what's going to be really interesting is REITs issuing commercial paper. As you probably know, REITs in the United States have never issued CP before until Simon filed a program last month and has started issuing about 100 million in the US and 100 million euro just to get the program going. And there will probably be some other REITs that come in to get CP ratings. But what I've found to be fascinating is that Asian and European REITs have been issuing CP for many years. And I must admit that at Moody's we have not been fond of companies, REITs issuing CP historically, because you're basically financing short-term, long-term assets with short-term debt. But in the documentation, the CP will be stopped by companies' lines of credit. They can only issue so much, and there's certain governors that are in place. So I think that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out over the next year or so.
Merrie, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
For more on this and other REIT news and analysis, be sure to visit REIT.com.